Well, hello everyone. This is Peter Brandt. I'm a trader. I'm the CEO of Factor proprietary trading firm as well as the Factor Research Service. And I'm here today to introduce Axel Kabar of the Tech Charts blog and website and at Tech Charts on Twitter, and to really introduce a very exciting future that we are going hand in hand together in as we roll into the future here, a joint initiative between our two entities. And so I want to welcome Factor members who are listening in, as well as followers of the Tech Charts blog and anyone else who is listening here today because you have an interest in classical charting principles, because I think Factor and Tech Charts have much to offer the world of classical chart analysis. Axel in Tech Charts and myself in Factor LLC are joining together in what we see as comprehensive analysis of futures and forex markets and now global equities on the basis of classical charting principles. And in the next month, you'll see some information will come out exactly what this initiative looks like. And so just stay tuned here to this webinar today, and we'll get into a few more of the details. But for right now, I just want to introduce my friend and a new business associate, Aksel Kabar, and thanks for being with us here today. Tell us a little bit about your background, Axel.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks for the introduction. I'm a chartered market technician with more than 15 years of experience as a classical chart trader and global equity market analyst. I have worked for various companies throughout the GCC and MENA regions during much of that time. So I started my financial career in 2001 when I started as an assistant technical analyst for Yapı Kredi Bank, one of the largest publicly owned banks in Turkey. In 2004, I moved to Montreal, Canada to study economics and live in North America. In Montreal, I attended the graduate program at Concordia University, where I got a master's in economics. While studying for my master's, I also attended and completed a training program to become a chartered market technician. I received my designation as a CMT in 2005. And after completing my studies in Canada, I went to work at the National Bank of Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. This is the largest lending bank in Abu Dhabi and the second largest in the UAE. I worked in the asset management arm of the bank as a technical analyst. I soon became a senior technical analyst and portfolio manager, managing the UAE trading fund. This is a mutual fund offered through the bank to both institutional and retail investors with the assets of around $350 million. So my analysis and moves were all based on a systematic approach, mainly taking into consideration price action on regional securities. Then in 2009, I started at the government-owned Abu Dhabi Investment Company. This is also one of the oldest investment companies in the UAE. As a portfolio manager at InvestAD, as it is commonly called, I manage the MENA equity fund, focused on markets in the Middle East and North Africa. And I also helped InvestAD devise various hedging strategies. And in 2015, I joined the National Holdings, Emirates International Investment Company, a private holding company where I managed prop investments for the group, focusing on global equity, foreign exchange, and commodity markets. In 2017, as a family, we decided to move to the coastal town of Bulgaria, Varna. And it's a beautiful green European city by the coast of Black Sea. Currently, I manage personal investments and also help traders and investors with market research and charting.
Well, thanks, Axel. Hey, I've got a question for you. I mean, here in the U.S., we understand charting and technical analysis. Was charting accepted in the Mideast sovereign investment world as a legitimate way to look at markets?
Yes, exactly, because this is actually the way I moved to United Arab Emirates, because the job posting was actually looking for a chartered market technician. So the employment opportunities there are looking for professionals in the fields with CFA designations, CMT designations, and masters and PhDs. So very high caliber qualifications are required for people to go and work in the Middle East, especially in Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
Oh, that's fascinating. Thanks for sharing that, Axel. I need to share with you all how Axel and I came to meet and came to get to know each other and become friends and friends to the point that we're thinking about doing some things together. And it goes back to 2011 when my book, Diary of a Professional Commodity Trader, was launched and published by John Wiley and Sons, and the publishers set me up with a Twitter account, and I joined the crazy world of Twitter. Didn't even know it existed at the time, and so I would post things on Twitter and look at things, and all of a sudden I started to notice these charts. Of equities from around the world, from Turkey, from African countries, from Asian countries. And I'd look at these charts and I'd say to myself, you know what? If I were to chart that equity, that's exactly the lines that I would draw on the charts. I noticed these charts that were posted that were clean, and those who follow the factor know that that's my approach to markets. Not too many lines, white background, clean charts. And I said to myself, I've got to meet the guy and get to know the guy that's posting these charts, because he is thinking exactly like I'm thinking about the whole world of classical charting principles. And so I reached out, we connected, we started a dialogue by email, and then I invited Axel to come over to the United States. He came to Colorado and actually attended a weekend group of about 25 or 30 proprietary traders that we were hosting in Colorado Springs at the Broadmoor. Introduced Axel to this group of traders. They were very impressed with them, and Axel and I just hit it off. And since then, we've been kind of having ongoing dialogues as to what would that look like for us to come together and join together in some fashion, not as a subsidiary companies, but in terms of projects to really go out there and do a comprehensive coverage of the markets we follow using our classical charting principles. And so that's where we are today. And I'm excited just to announce that beginning May 22nd, Tech Charts blog will become a subscription-based service, and Factor LLC is privileged to be able to help Tech Charts and Axel with this launch. And so you will see information coming up between now and then for special introductory pricing for Tech Charts. And Axel, tell the listeners a little bit more about the service that you will be launching on May 22nd.
Sure. TechChart's blog started back in 2011 to connect with like-minded analysts and traders. At the time, I was contributing to local newspapers in the UAE and also to other online platforms. I also used to write a separate research piece for my company. Writing has always motivated me to do more research and also helped me to stay structured and focused on my technical analysis and trading. Being online and in touch with traders and investors around the world, TechChart's Twitter and blog followers grew around to 8,000 people. On the blog and on Twitter, I'm focusing on finding the best examples of classical charting from around the world. Every week, I go through thousands of global equity index and ETF charts in the developed and emerging markets, covering Asia, Europe, and Americas. Basically, I handpick some of the best chart patterns and bring it to followers' attention. I realize that today, global world is so connected that we're not limited to a single exchange. There are unlimited potentials and repeating textbook chart patterns in the global equity space. And by bringing those perfect setups to everyone's attention, I also have the chance to give a brief background on the developing chart pattern and the company itself. The research I do by going through thousands of charts is summarized in a weekly report, and the report covers the developing chart patterns in different securities under a watch list, and also includes alerts for those securities that are completing their chart patterns and triggering a new chart pattern breakout signal. Um, there will be a setup for anyone around the world. And the weekly global equity markets report will be combined with educational videos on classical charting principles. These videos will explore how a mature and reliable chart pattern is identified and also discuss breakout confirmation and possible price target calculations. Members will get the weekly global equity markets report delivered after the markets close on Friday, interim updates if a special market condition develops, access to in-depth educational videos highlighting different chart patterns, and also member Q&A webinars. I think membership should be kept affordable and will be kept affordable, and there will be an extra discount for founding members during our 10-day launch. And this is what I'm planning, and the website and the service will be like.
Well, thank you, Axel. Let me just tag on to that Factor members will get some additional discounting as well for Axel's blog. And just an important point to make too here, Axel, you provide outstanding research and have done so at no cost for members. And starting May 2nd, that will be converting to a subscription service. So those of you who love to receive the analysis that Axel presents, just need to keep in mind that there will be a launch period and a special discount period for them to subscribe to that on an ongoing basis. You know, one of kind of the slogan lines that you use, Axel, for tech charts is demystifying the world of classical charting. Help explain what that means in your mind. What is that?
It means making it easier to understand classical chart patterns. And I think one way to achieve this is by finding the best examples of chart patterns that are clearly identifiable on the weekly scale charts. And step-by-step explanation, both on real-time trade setups and also reviewing past formations, should be helpful for members. I think the service will be a great source of education as well as alerting members to the latest chart pattern breakouts.
That's outstanding. And just to let Factor people know that Axel will be posting some of his research on the Factor's public blog site during the month of May, leading up to the May 22nd launch, when Tech Charts becomes a subscription service. Just want to mention one thing and give you a broader picture of really what this looks like for Tech Charts and Factor to come together. You know, Factor focuses on Forex, so we focus on futures, classical chart patterns, but with really an initiative and focus and concentration on risk management, on the human emotion side of trading, and on the process. Tech Charts, of course, takes a look at global equity markets through the lenses of classical charting, and in demystifying the world of classical charting, you're just going to be amazed at some of the educational resources to really help traders understand exactly what these chart patterns are, how they form. There's just some wonderful videos that will be made available, and so we look very much forward to this initiative. We ask people to be looking out for information. We're going to be putting information out by email. We're going to be putting information out on Tech Charts blog as well as on the Factor public site that will be leading up to this. It'll let people know how they can be involved with Tech Charts research on an ongoing basis, and we really look forward to that. Hey, let me ask you before we sign off here, Axel, any particular markets you're kind of looking at right now from a classical charting point of view?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the political events of the Europe is giving amazing opportunities because after the elections, the European markets are just booming. So there is a chart that I've shared in the past couple of weeks, and I'm following a trade is in progress. This is BBVA, is a large cap banking stock listed in Spain. Here, I think it will be great to look at this chart and also another chart that I have also posted on the online platforms and also on the Global Equity Market Report, which is Liberty Interactive Corporation. Both stocks had similar head and shoulder chart patterns, but the place that they have formed in terms of the context of the larger scale is that one of them acted as a head and shoulder bottom, while the other one acted as a head and shoulder continuation. So if you look at, for example, the BBVA, which is on the left-hand side, we can see that there has been a 14-month long head and shoulder bottom, with the right shoulder forming as a 4-month long ascending triangle. Following that breakout week, we have seen a nice pullback to the neckline, which was around 6.6. And this week, following the election initial results from France, the European equities rallied, and this stock opened with a gap, which is fitting perfectly to the expectation that after the pullback, we should have expected the continuation of the uptrend. And we have the head and shoulder bottom price target around 8.6. So this is one chart that I'm following right now that has an unmet price target. The other one is Liberty Interactive, which has a similar chart pattern with this time a longer duration chart pattern, 20-month long head and shoulder continuation that broke out. The beauty of this one is that after breaking out, it formed a 2-month long sideways continuation that alerted us for the resumption of the uptrend. So the secondary breakout above 45 pushed the stock to its head and shoulder continuation price target around 51 levels. So these are the two charts that have a similar setup, but when we look at it in the longer term picture, one is forming a head and shoulder bottom, the other one formed and reached its head and shoulder continuation price target.
Well, thanks, Axel. And for those people who have been following tech charts and have been receiving Axel's email, you know that each week he presents numerous charts that show these kinds of setups, same kind of setups that we look for in Factor, of course. And just to sign off here, there'll be a 10-day launch window, which everyone will be notified of. Factor members will be notified of, folks who have followed Axel on Twitter and as well as his blog. I'm sure you have some questions. Okay, exactly what does this look like that these two guys are coming together? And of course, some of these things will be made clear as we kind of unpack what this structure looks like. But nevertheless, I think that the bottom line is that we're bringing to traders and investors a very comprehensive look at global financial markets through the lens of the best approach to classical charting. I really look forward to this, Axel. We have talked about this for 6 years, and it's coming to fruition. And you know, I have the greatest respect for you, and this is going to be a wonderful ride that we can take together.
Same here, Peter. I look forward to it too.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for listening in and giving us your time. And there'll be more information that will come forth here in the weeks ahead.